Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Shari, Elevare's IGCSE for the PMS instructor, and today I'll be solving question number 5 of October 2025 paper 1. This question is from the chapter Inequalities. So let's begin. On the grid opposite, draw the line with equation 3x minus 4y is equals to 12. So at first, let us draw 3x minus 4y is equals to 12 for part A1. We have been given 3x minus 4y is equals to 12. Let's make y the subject here. So this would be 4y. If I take 4y to the right hand side and bring 3x and positive 12 to the left hand side, so it will become negative 12. So this is going to be y is equals to 3 by 4 if I divide 4 on both sides. So this is 3 by 4 minus 12 by 4. So this would be 3 by 4x minus 3. So this is going to be x is equals to, when x is equals to 0, y is equals to minus 3. We will be finding two coordinates, and the best possible two coordinates are the x and the y-intercept. So when at the y-intercept, the x coordinate will be 0, and at the x-intercept, the y-coordinate will be 0. So y is equals to 0. This would be let me do it here. So 0 would be 3 by 4x minus 3. So 3 is equals to 3 by 4x. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by 4 divided by 3. So 12 divided by 3 would be given as x would be 4. And let's draw this line now. So we have coordinates of 0 comma minus 3 and 4 comma 0. So 0 comma minus 3 would look somewhere like this. 0 comma minus 3 and 4 comma 0. So 4 is here, and y is 0 at this point. So let's draw this line. Try to make it as long as you can, because you have to shade these questions are mainly about inequalities, so you have to shade the parts in part B. So that is it for part A1. Now for part A2, you'll be doing the same thing. So here we have been given a core equation of y plus 6 plus 3x is equals to 0. So let's make y the subject again. So y plus 3x equals to 0, and if I make y the subject, so this is negative 3x and negative 6. Again, we'll be finding two coordinates. So when x is equals to 0, y is equals to 3, y is equals to minus 3 multiplied by 0 minus 6, so we'll be left with minus 6. So this is 0 comma minus 6, and y is equals to 0, then this would be 0 is equals to minus 3x minus 6. So 3x is equals to minus 6, and x is equals to minus 2. So x will be minus 2. So the coordinates is minus 2 comma 0. So 0 comma minus 6 and minus 2 comma 0. So 0 comma minus 6 would be somewhere here, and minus 2 comma 0, minus 2 is here, and comma 0 is here. So let's draw this line. Try to extend it as far as you can. So now for part 3, we have been given another equation, and to work with this equation, let me write down the equation at first. So 3y is equals to 18 minus x. So I can write it in this way as well. So 3y is equals to minus x plus 18. So y is equals to minus 1 by 3x plus 18 by 3. So y is equals to minus 1 by 3x plus 6. Now we can find the values when x is equals to 0. So y will be 6. So 0, comma 6. Similarly, when y is equals to 0, you can do it here. So when 0 is minus 1 by 3x plus 6. So if I take it here, so this will be here, and x would be 6 multiplied by 3, so 18. But if you look at it, we don't have 18. The x-axis is limited up to x equals to 10, right? X equals to 10 is our last value here. So we can't use this coordinate. We can use 0, 6, but not 18, 0 because it's beyond the range of the graph. So let's just take another suitable value. So since we have minus 3 here, sorry, let me redo this. Yeah. So since we have a we have a 3 in the denominator, if I multiply, if I use, for example, x is equals to 3 here, then we will be left with y is equals to minus 1 by 3, 3 plus 6. So this would be 5, right? 3 will get cancelled, minus 1 plus 6 is 5. You could have used any values for x and y here, given that they are within this range of the graph. So this is in the range of the graph, x equals to 3 and y is equals to 5. So this is going to be 3, 5. So 0, 6 and 3, 5. So 0, 6 is here, and 3, 5. So 3, the x is 3. So x is here, and 3 would be somewhere here. Sorry. So 3 is here, and 5 is somewhere here. So now let's draw this line. Now extend this as well. And this. This is a line that we need. And then they have said, show by shading on the grid the region R is defined by this inequality. Okay. And this is 3x minus 4y is less than equals to 12. There is a problem here. We can't just simply use this and show this because the coefficient of y here is negative. So we have to make it positive. And negative values actually cause a problem to inequality sign. So we have for part 1 here, the equation is given 3x minus 4y is less than equals to 12, right? So if I leave 4y here, and then if I take this here, so this is going to be this, and if I multiply both sides with, or if I divide both sides or multiply both sides with minus 1, When you divide or multiply both sides with -1, the inequality sign will change. So this would be 12 minus 3x. So this would be y would be 12 minus 3x by 4. So y is greater than equals to, I can write it like 12 by 4 minus 3x. Or if I write it here, so this is going to be, sorry, 3 by 4x. Sorry, I did a mistake here. So if you divide both sides with a negative sign or multiply it, then I'm sorry for that. So this is going to be negative 12 plus positive 3x. So multiplying it with a negative sign here. So positive 12 becomes negative 12, and the negative 3x becomes positive 3x. So this is negative 12 plus 3x. So y is equals to minus plus 3 by 4x. So this is the equation for this line. So you see it's greater than right now, but the question was less than equals to. So for the brown line, we have to use the upper portion of this line. So this is the portion, since it is greater than now, the upper portion will have to be used. Similarly, for y plus 3x plus y plus 6 plus 3x, we have to use the greater than part, and there is the green line here. So the greater than part is this, the less than part is this, so we have to use this part. Similarly here as well, this part, and it's the less than sign here. 3y is less than equals to 18 minus x, so we have to use this part here. So the shaded area would look somewhat like this. This is R. So this is the shaded area for this question. And now, for all the points in R with coordinates x, y, and p, they have given another equation, p is equals to 3x minus 2y. Using your values from the graph, this is very important. Find the least value of p and find the greatest value of p. So R is the shaded region, so you have to use the intersection coordinates here. So there are 3 intersection points. You need to identify them at first. Let's label this A. So A here is, if you look at it, each this is 4, and the next line is 4.2, the next considered line is 4.4. So each of this small box is actually an increment of 0.2 here. So for the x coordinate here of A, this is going to be 4.2, 4.4, around 4.5. You can say it's between 4.6 and 4.4. So you can just write it as it's negative 4.5, and y is again it's also 0.2 increments. So this is 6, then 6.2, so this is 7, the half of 6 and 7, 6 and 8, so this is 7, and this is in 7.4, right? So you can write it as, I think, 7.4, Yeah, this line is 7.4. So this is 7.4. And now if I work with the coordinates here, so this is B. So B is going to be here, if you see, this is 8.2, close to 8.2. So you can write it as 8.2, 8.2, comma, the y coordinate here is, okay, so this is the 3 line. So in between 4 and 2, and this is the 3 line. And this is in 3.4, right? So you can write it as, I think, 3.4, close to 3.4. So whatever value you get from the graph, you put this. Don't use y equals to y and find the intersection for two lines. You lose marks there. And you have this as well. So this is somewhere, if I find the x coordinate, this is 1. So this is less than 1. So this is, if I go backward, this is 0.8. This is C. So C's x coordinate is negative 0.8. Sorry, negative 0.8. And this is going to be the y value would be here. So this is close to 4. So this is going to be, if I see, this is 3.2, 3.4, around 3.6. So negative 3.6 this is going to be. So now let's use this. So if I have said that b equals to 3x minus 2y. So for a we got it to be negative 4.5 and positive 7.4. Negative 4.5 and positive 7.4. So if you put this in your calculator, p is equals to 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by negative 4.5. Negative 4.5 minus 2 and y is 7.4. This is going to be 3 multiplied by negative 4.5 minus 2 and 7.4. This is going to be negative 28.3. Negative 28.3. And if I use the b coordinate here, b is 8.2 and 3.4. So this is going to be 8.2 and 3.4. So p is going to be 3 is x is 8.2 minus 2 is 3.4. This is going to be 8.2 minus 8.2 minus 2 multiplied by 3.4. This is going to be 17.8. 17.8. And let's take this coordinate again a bit. So it is 8.2 and okay, this is 3.2, right? So that is 3.2. And now for part C here, 17.8 you got. Now for part C, this is going to be negative 0.8 and negative 3.6. So negative 0.8, sorry, negative 0.8 and you got this will be negative 3.6. If you put this in P, so 3x, so 3 multiplied by negative 0.8 and 2 multiplied by negative 3.6. So this is going to be 4.8. So you got negative 28.3, positive 17.8 and 4.8. The least value is this. Least value of P is this. P, and this is the highest value of P or the greatest value of P. The values will differ because the coordinates, some of them might use a different coordinate here and there. So the values will differ a bit, but the maximum accepts a range of answers, so you'll be fine. Just remember to use the values, the coordinates of A, B, C from the graph, from your graph. Okay? So they won't deduct your marks. Thank you.